distributor, publisher. These tags cannot be used interchangeably because they represent different people who do different things. In this video, we're going to be talking about who a distributor is, what they do, examples of distribution companies, the key things to look out for before you sign a distribution agreement, and then we'll move over to publishing and how it works. Hi, I am Ivy. I am an entertainment lawyer, and on here I share tips and information for creatives and creative service providers in the industry. A distributor is responsible for having your project, whether it's a music or a video, available to your audience. Without your distributor, your songs or your videos cannot independently reach your fans. So think of them as the middleman between the artist and the label and the audience. It is interesting to note that a distributor is concerned with the recorded version of the song, which is the master recording. As we continue in this video, you're going to hear me say distribution company, distribution platforms. Let me quickly explain and give examples of what these are so you do not get confused. A distribution company is a company like CD Baby, Songtrust, Dixtrit, TuneCore, OneRPM. While distribution platforms are YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Audiomack, Boomplay. So now we can continue. Revenues from download, streams, and digital consumption of your song or your video is the concern of the distributor. I gave examples earlier of distribution platforms. They are responsible for having your song available on the digital and streaming platforms. So you upload your music through CD Baby, who is a music distributor. Now they share it to different platforms like YouTube Music, Boomplay, Audiomack, Tidal, so that it can reach the audience. One distribution company gives you access to various distribution platforms. So we're going to pick a few of the distribution companies. We're going to talk about what they offer and what it costs to get your music on these platforms. We'll start with DistroKid. DistroKid offers, I believe, 3 different packages. There is the musician plan, there is the musician plus plan, and then there is a plan. All of this have different perks to them and they cost different fees, and then you keep 100% of your revenue. It is important that you look out for the subscription clause as well as the cancellation clause, because when you cancel your subscription plan, there is a chance that your music will be taken off all the distribution platforms. Let's talk about TuneCore. TuneCore also offers a tiered package: rising artist package, the breakout artist package, and then there is a professional plan. They also allow subscription model based on the catalog size, and you can also pay per release as opposed to having a yearly plan. I want to upload one song, I pay for that one song. I want to upload an EP, I pay only for that EP. There is a distribution platform called DixtritMedia. I believe that this platform is tailored specifically to the Nigerian audience, but whether you're Nigerian or not, you can try and distribute your music. They offer the artist plan, the label plan, even the single release plan. So whether it's EP, LP, album extensions, they are available for you. According to their website, as you can see here, they generally allow artists to keep up to 80 to 90% of the royalties, depending on the plan. They also offer video distribution services, which is primarily through Vivo placements, as you can see available here as well. Let's move on to UnitedMasters. Depending on the plan, you pay an annual subscription and they touch not your royalties. With OneRPM, they operate a slightly different model. There is no sign-up fee, as you can see here in this frequently asked questions. They rather operate a revenue sharing model. So you upload your music, distribute it, and when the revenue begins to come in, they take a percentage of it. For downloads and streams, I believe they keep 15% and 85% goes to the content owner. For YouTube videos, they keep 30% and 70% goes to the content owner. And for other videos that except YouTube, they keep 50 and then 50 goes to the content owner. These are just a few distribution companies. There are various other distribution companies. It is pertinent that I mention that the companies I have talked about in this video, I do not have any affiliation with any of them. This is not a form of endorsement. I do not have any ambassadorial deals with any of this platform. These are just reference points so that you know what to look out for when you are going to sign up or sign any distribution agreement, or you're going to explore a particular distribution company. So I encourage you to do your research and find one that suits your needs. Now, let us talk about important things to look out for before you sign that distribution deal. The first is the ownership clause. Who owns what? Do they own a percentage of the copyright, or do you retain all? Your earning and percentages clause. This flows down as well from the ownership clause. The cancellation policy. If I cancel my subscription, does that mean that you take off my music from all the platforms that you've distributed to, or do I have an option to renew? Is my renewal automatic? Do I get a warning email, a notification, or do we just silently go? What are the royalty withdrawal terms? It is important that you look out for this and many others before you attach yourself with a distribution company. Beyond uploading your music to various platforms, your distributor collects the royalties that you have earned from the downloads and streams of that song. They pay you the royalties. They provide analytic dashboards, which I think is a very underrated tool by creatives and content owners, because these can influence your next release, your promotion and marketing plan. It helps you know your audience, where they're listening from, their age grade, even your next live performance. So please pay attention to that. Some platforms also provide marketing and promotional packages. They also offer accounting statements. So there is so much more that your distributor can do for you beyond just uploading your music. As a creative, properly exploit these tools to get the most out of the service that you're paying for. Now let's move over to publishing. I have said earlier that for distribution, the distributor is responsible or is concerned with the recorded parts, the master recording. For publishing, as distribution is to the master recording, the publisher or the publishing is to the composition part, so the underlying melody, the lyrics. That is what the publisher is concerned with. They are the ones interested in the exploitation of the musical composition. They ensure that the work that the songwriter has created is properly registered and exploited. Well, with exploitation comes monetization. So they ensure that you make money from the work that you've created as a songwriter. They register your song, collect royalties, they pitch your music for sync placements, they manage the copyright exploitation, and where your publisher has global affiliation, they collect the revenues accrued from the exploitation of that work globally. There are various types of publishing agreements. We have the administrative agreements, that is the administrative publishing, the co-publishing, and then the full-on sub-publishing. For co-publishing, in this situation, it is 50-50. The publisher takes 50% of the ownership in the copyright, and you keep 50%. When it comes to revenue sharing as well, they take a percentage from the revenue that is generated from the exploitation of the work. This brings us to the full publishing agreement. In this situation, you transfer 100% of the ownership in the copyright for a particular period of time to allow the publisher exploit properly and monetize your work. Now, this kind of deals offer advances. The advance is more like payment against your future earnings. So that's a way of saying we believe in this work that you've created, we believe that it is going to earn. So here is a payment. Before we start earning, we're giving you some money. When we begin to earn, we are likely to not pay you any amount until we have recouped, we have made back all the money that we have given to you before now. Unless, of course, you have an entertainment lawyer who's likely to negotiate a slightly different deal for you. This is usually the case. One of the perks of this kind of publishing companies is that they exploit actively the work that you have given to them. And it is necessary that you have proper legal representation, your catalog is properly built. Now that's where you have a chance to get an audience with these guys. Sub-publishing usually is for where a domestic publisher wants to exploit the work that the songwriter they're representing has created in foreign territories. So they sign a publishing agreement with the publisher in this foreign territory. Usually when you earn, you know that 2% or a certain percent have dips before the money even gets to you. If you're thinking, oh, I don't want to give out a percentage of my publishing, I don't want to share the copyright and the work I have created, you can self-publish. Let's talk about the administrative publishing. In this situation, you own and keep 100% of the copyright in your work. All that they do is they register your work, they collect royalties, they do any other paperwork. In this situation, because of the services that they offer, you provide an upfront fee, you pay for their service. Sometimes the agreement could be based on certain percentages, but nothing touches your copyright ownership. This is why we have organizations like BMI, ASCAP, Song Trust. They allow you self-publish. So you keep 100% of the copyright in the work that you have created. You also keep 100% of the earnings. So you earn from the songwriter's share, you also earn from the publisher's share. Because of how tasking and technical this can be, I advise that you solicit the help of a publishing administrator or an entertainment lawyer, your lawyer. Make sure that they are an entertainment lawyer. You still keep 100% of the earning pie. You are still a self-publisher. They just help you navigate the technical interface. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Let me reiterate. The distributor is concerned with the master side of the song that you have created, and the publisher is concerned with the composition part of the work that you've created. So label artist, songwriter, composer. Found this video helpful and you still have questions or concerns or comments and suggestions, you can reach out to me directly here, or you can leave a comment below. You should hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And thank you for the like. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.